dedicate this song to a special someone.
I know that it's
Howdy doody, guys. Happy Friday. Man, it was an eventful night last night for everybody that was in the Discord. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what set this dude off, but that dude got banned real fast. I tried to like give him a chance. I'm like, is he going through something? Did like someone like, mollywop him or something? He just pissed off at the world? Like, I'll show you in a second the chat log, but Jesus Christ, man, if you're watching this stream today because you're pissed off you got banned last night, just know that that's your own fault. I don't understand how you can be an adult and honestly like reflect on your actions and understand that the reason why you're mad is something that you're completely and utterly in control of, and yet you're blaming other people. And he wasn't just coming after me. He was coming after other people that were just talking. Like, it just, man was, I don't know if he was like having a bad trip or whatever the hell it was. It was just, here I am. I'm up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting my miners set up, trying to get some Flux in my life, setting up a Zelcore wallet. And I check the Discord. This dude is just out. He's just going dictator mode, trying to kill somebody. Like, ridiculous, man. All right, so let's go. Let me change the screen real quick. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about right now. So, dude, I have no clue what this guy was on. Hola, howdy doody. All right, let me get the Discord over here. All right, so let me roll this back real quick, because if you do some dumb shit, I'm gonna put you on blast. Like, I have no ill intent towards this dude. I don't hate this dude. Obviously, he's in the Discord, so he supported me. But for some reason, he decides that now is the time to, like, turn his back on the world and just create enemies. So, Shotgun Mode 4 goes, I don't know if you had shorts. I'm just chilling for now. Like normal chat, like always. People just being nice, doing, saying what they're up to and everything like that. So, earlier in the day, I went ahead and I have this channel right here called Announcements. Now, if you guys don't know, you guys can mute individual channels. If you guys don't like when I post, I'm going live or whatever it might be, you can turn off the notifications on that individual channel, but have this one still on. All right, that's an option. That's an option. So at 9:39 p.m. my time. So obviously, I can't control the fact that we're on a planet, and that planet has different time zones. So if you're from Asia or the oceanic countries and you're watching me, my daytime is your nighttime. I can't help that. I'm so sorry. All right. So this guy claims that he's in the same exact time zone as me. And then the timestamp, the facts, is that it was 9:39 p.m. that I posted this. And at 3:18 a.m. he goes, so what do? Go online at 2 a.m. anyway? Like the rest of everybody else is asleep. Would you even announce that you're going live? Don't you sleep? Yeah, I just stopped your channel from certifications. But seriously, dude, at 2 a.m., I mean, man, seriously, like, some people are so fucking stupid. The same place the man posted the video from, it's my 2 a.m., it's probably his 2 a.m. If it's my 2 a.m., it's probably his 2 a.m. This man, does he think the world is flat? Is that his stance? Is that what he thinks? I'm going, and look, 3:21 a.m. I'm going back to bed. I'm done with this shit. All right, so he continues to argue with people, like, all the way down, I turn on my notifications, it woke me up. Why? Like, just pointing out the fact that he's in control of the situation that he's mad about. So what's your fucking point? Like, I feel like he's trolling, because there's no way. There's no fucking way. I love subculture response. 1, it's your fault. And 2, you're being ridiculous. I love that. So he just continues to fucking argue with people for so long. And I go, it was 10 p.m. I'm even giving him some leeway. Like, it was 9:30. Yeah, it's like late at night, but it's 2 a.m. late. All right. And I go, it's when Ryan preferred to go live. Sorry to disturb you, my dude. Trying to be cordial about it, even though he's obviously a dumbass. And I go, are you all right? Because I'm like, there's just no logical sense in what this dude is yelling about. So he, remember, up here at fucking 3:21 a.m., he is literally up. A whole hour later, still arguing over the fact that he has his own notifications turned up to the point where it will wake him from a simple YouTube notification of me going live. I just don't know, dude. I just don't know. People sometimes people do be sometimes people do. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me pop up the chat over here before I get too started on. I just thought that, like I said, I'm not mad at the dude, because how am I supposed to be mad at that? Like, it's so clearly a retarded conversation. I don't understand how it came to this. Like, this is what makes me sad. Like, the fact that there's people like this, it kind of like leaves out the faith I have in humanity. The fact that wars could be started over dictators or people that are in power that have this mentality is ridiculous. I just don't understand, man. I don't. Absolutely, I can't believe this. All right, to the TA. Let me pause that. God. All right, it's for the chat. Oh, yeah. Hopefully you guys heard me. I said that song's dedicated to a special someone. It was called 2 a.m. And I mean, like, I played the song because it's called 2 a.m., but it's a damn good song. It's 2 a.m. by the Foals. So it's in the playlist if you guys want to listen to it. But hoping you would go live today. Thank you, Joe. I'm a little bit late, I do admit. I woke up at like 2 o'clock just because I was up all night setting up. I set up this one, and I set up a little bit of my sister's, so that way we got double the power in the house. It's like I don't have like a dedicated mining rig at the moment, so I'm just using my computer. I was kind of eyeballing some parts and components on Craigslist last night to possibly put together a good computer. I actually saw a 3090 for $1,600, which is $100 over MSRP. So, technically it shouldn't be $1,600 used, but given the fact that scalping is still pretty horrendous right now, that person's actually asking a decent price. He's making a profit, but I mean, hell. It's a decent price. So I might go pick that up maybe today or tomorrow if it's still available. But so far, just from last night, starting at around like 3 to 4 a.m., I'm up about 0.63 Flux. So, like 63 cents, something like that. And I know people are going to probably call out the fact that, like, if I go to like what to mine and I pop in the fact that I have a 3090, if I just mine, let me turn on all the other thingamabobbers here. Cookatoo. I could be making $4.83 before having to pay the electric bill of Ethereum, and then just transfer it to Flux if I want to hold Flux. I just want to have kind of like the ease of use of just being able to mine the Flux, have it directly sent to a Zelcore wallet, and then on the Zelcore wallet, if I do choose to, I could use the swap feature on it. Because I don't know what the gas fees are right now, but I feel like it would probably be a lot of lost profit for the gas fees. And although I do think like Ethereum long term can still like 10x, over the course of the next couple of years, I'm sure Flux has a lot more potential to 10x a lot sooner. So, the whole theoretical thing is with mining, You know, even though I'm making $2.44 a day, which is negligible, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you know, given the fact that, you know, just in the last couple of weeks, you know, we put in close to $1,000 worth of profit off of a $2,000 account. Actually, almost $2,000 worth of profit off of a $2,000 account. So obviously, like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But the whole thing is like, let's say for the next, I don't know, 120 days, I can mine 1 Flux a day. All right, and then Flux goes to 10 to, you know, $15 a coin, which it's going to take a lot of money to do that. I understand that, but you know, that could be potentially around 15x. So every single day that I spend mining now could be worth $15. So who knows? Now, hopefully, with the addition of her computer, it goes up to, you know, $2 to $3 a day, because she's got a 2080 Ti. So it should be pretty good. I figured if I can kind of set that up as passive income to hopefully help my sister pay down the mortgage, you know, kind of be beneficial for us both. Right now, things are cruising to the upside, I will admit. Well, quite a bit on ETH. I was trying to short ETH last night, but I mean, fortunately, it took off to the upside. I did get stopped out twice, so I lost like $80 trying to short, so it does suck, but it's better safe than sorry. So like right here, whenever we went back below this level, I was taking a short just based off of the ABC structure we've shown right here. And unfortunately, but also fortunately, things burst to the upside, because I had 1 short open versus 3 longs. So even though I lost $80 of the potential profit going to the upside on Ethereum, I have 2 other coins that are gaining profit once I get stopped out. So in the end, it didn't even matter. Now, the next spot that I'm eyeballing on a possible hedge position for Ethereum is going to be 3046, playing into the larger structure shown here. Let me get rid of a lot of this noise. I'm sorry for it being so messy here. Right here. So if we go happen to put in a higher high off of that, I will be taking a hedge short. And as always, someone's going to go, but what if we don't put in the higher high, but we still come back down? Well, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I got to have some sort of, you know, form in order to make sure that I'm making smarter decisions and, you know, can consistently do it. So, you know, if it happens to not put in that higher high and come back down, oh, well, so be it. Hopefully some other coins do. BTC, very, very close to putting in the higher high off of the first possible ABC structure. And then after that point, it would probably be about 45,365 until I probably, you know, take my next short. Because, I mean, these are pretty damn close to each other, so I'm not really too worried about the disparity on that. But this is going to be the next position. I'll go ahead and mark that out with a price point here. And same thing for ETH. And I believe I just got stopped out on Luna, which is unfortunate, man, because I got so caught up trying to get everything set up last night that I kind of just let Luna slip by, because I'm supposed to be long from down here, $85, but trying to play it cautiously. Because like I said, for Luna, I'm not necessarily trying to, you know, like take it sky high. I'm just looking for a retest of possibly like 95 to 97, because that would allow me to walk away with about like $400 profit, you know, 350, 400, before the covering the losses that I've taken right here. But everything's still on track, like I said. I mean, I'm going to be taking the hedge positions because just trying to make sure that my initial position is safe. But I'm still fairly confident on us going up to 52K. Like I said, I mean, depending on who you are and how you see the market, you could technically call this a breakout so far. I mean, definitely based off of these last two trends here. That's a breakout. If I was using diagonals, I probably would go for something more like this as a possibility of the more secure trend line. So I mean, I have no doubt that short term we probably could see a retest of something. For Ethereum, we have a lot of leeway as long as we don't go back below this A. I'm fairly confident on us continuing to move up to the upside. So, that gives us some leeway of where the hell is my box? There it is. From pretty much 3,000 all the way down to 2785. We have like that buffer period. It can move between that as much as it wants to. And I'm not too concerned about the next step of the market. How's XMR doing today? XMR is actually going to put in a ABC top fairly soon. Like I said, I don't know if I want to play this though. You guys see what I see right here. We're going on to like a 30-minute. That way it's a little bit more detailed. So we have the larger ABC structure here, which, kind of worked itself out. It's just unfortunate because we didn't put in like a fairly decent ABC top off of that C wave. So you really didn't have a chance to play this pullback. Things moved so fast that I probably, it really didn't make sense to take the short position. It made sense to take the long position. And, obviously you couldn't recall that it was going to do that crazy stuff, but it is what it is. Right here is the ABC that I'm talking about. So I might take it, but the way the market's sitting right now, I don't think I'm going to put high risk in it. I might put like $10 worth of risk. Because I mean, the R&R is pretty decent as well. Even with $10, if we have a pullback down to 153, that's 20%. So if I'm on like, 10x, 20x leverage, even with 10% risk, or not 10%, $10 risk, it'd still be pretty good money. Johnny Crypto, what's going on, dude? I'm going back and reading all the messages I missed. I turn off my internet before bed. Dude, that's hardcore. That's hardcore, dude. I don't know if I could do that. I probably have a panic attack. But you are something else. That is above human at this point. Different generation of beliefs and principles the boomers must go. Hey, I mean, you can't make assumptions. We don't know that dude was a boomer. It could have been like some 25-year-old that's just not having a good time in life, Yo, Kite, my man, how's it going? Going pretty good, man. Market's up. I'm up. Things are moving. Things are cruising. I'm even though like I'm not, gonna make it big with the mining thing. I think there is like just something cool about mining. I always thought there has been. So, like I said, fish, stop. My sister's probably gonna walk in here and be like, "What's up?" I'll be like, "I'm streaming." You can pick up GPUs at Micro Center pretty easy now. Let me check. What are like 3090s going for? Now, if anybody's got like good information on this, let me know. But supposedly like 3090s might not be the most profitable, like per like dollar that you spend. Something to do with the memory, but I'm not quite sure. So I know like a lot of the algorithms now prefer like the VRAM speed rather than like the actual just like core clock of the GPU. So you know, it's more of like a battle between bang for buck rather than just buying the most powerful card that you can get. Yeah, so yeah, Micro Center is still selling 3090s for like $2,000. So if I can pick that one up off of that dude on Craigslist for $1,600, I'd rather just do that. Even if he has used it for mining, it's probably still got like a good 2 to 3 years left in it. And it's not like a bad card either. It's an MSI XC3, so it's a decent 3090 too. Bro, is 41,690 a good short setup according to ABC? Is that the one that we just marked out here? Oh, you're talking about on... Okay. I did look at that today and ask that same question. But to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to play that. Like I said, I'd rather just focus on the bigger structures here. So, you know, this is an A. AB right here. And this is an AB right here. So both of these are looking for their C waves, aka a higher high. So these are the structures that I'm choosing to focus on. But, you know, I get why you might play that. I'm just asking you to be careful because the market is very volatile right now. If this is a breakout, there's going to be rapid retests and then possibly another pump after that. Everything that they can do to get people to get out of their positions before things start to move. All right, that's why, like, I haven't worried about trying to, you know, really get a long position up at these regions. Yeah, I've tried to enter Luna, small risk, high reward, but for the most part, this is just super choppy in this region. Just doesn't make sense to. That's why I am very grateful that I got this position on BTC, and I've had enough brain cells to hold it and not take profit on it too soon, and then trying to get back into the trade, end up losing more than I made. Are you familiar with mining XMR? I haven't mined it, but I have seen that on Zelcore. You can swap to XMR pretty easily, so that might be something that I do in the future, is mine Flux and then swap it over to XMR. Who knows? Sushi Swap. Like I said, I haven't covered Sushi Swap just because I don't have a position on it, and I tend to focus on stuff that I'm trading. This was the last ABC trade setup on Sushi, and I mean, it was a pretty good one. So hopefully, I know a couple people got it, so I'm very grateful for that. Me personally, I missed it. So at the moment, I am waiting for us to get back above $3.80, and then that way I can, you know, start searching smaller time frames for possibly an entry for myself. I think Flux has major problems with AMD GPUs. Or like that, the algorithm that Flux mining runs off of has major problems. You know, last night before we hopped on stream, me and Ryan talked, and I was like, you should really reconsider about, you know, limiting into trades. You know, I mean, not limiting. Limiting is fine. All right, if that's what your trading style is. But more importantly, like scaling into trades, and not having a stop loss. And I tried to give him an out last night for, like, if you are going to scale in trades, you need to do it appropriately. All right, and just have a plan. All right. When you go short or go long just because you feel like the market's bullish or bearish off of a couple different things, and you don't choose to accept a loss when things just didn't go your way, and that's okay. It can end up very badly if you don't do it appropriately. Like I said, if you think the market's going to go bearish, and you take a short, and you do know that you're the type of person that's going to scale into something, you need to make sure that that first position is so small that if the market does start to push against you, you have the ability to add larger and larger positions until you get to like your max cap. All right. I showed him last night. You need to build it like the pyramid of truth. All right. So like right here. All right. If I think that there's a possibility that we have a short to the downside between this area and this area, I draw my triangle of truth just like this. I love doing that. All right. So right now, if you're going to enter short, it needs to be the smallest size. So imagine this entire triangle is 100%. All right. This small little piece right here might only be 5 to 10% of the maximum margin that can be used here. All right. So you just need to be careful. That's all. That way your average entry is as high as possible. You want your average entry to be somewhere around here. So the largest chunk of money that you insert into the market is going to be up in this region. Like I said, you know, if I was going to be that type of person that did that, that's how I would do it. Now that's pretty much the same mentality I have when it comes to like spot DCAs. I just choose not to do it that way on leverage trading because, man, oh man, is it dangerous. All right, because you can do it properly, but the chances of someone, you know, just convincing themselves that this time is different is too high. I've done it myself. You are not in control sometimes. There's bodily functions and just this primordial reptilian side of your brain that will take over and make you do dumb shit, aka pretending that it's 2 a.m. And I like how today, I in the announcement channel I said, "At everyone going live. Sorry if it's 2 a.m. and you have your noties on full blast." And then Yash goes, "It's actually 2 a.m. for me," and I felt bad, but clearly he's up already, so. Kite, what's your philosophy on adding to a winning position? So I talked about this last night. Now I watched, let me make sure. Hello. Okay. I've watched the live stream back from last night with Ryan. Would you guys, now I'm going to say, would you guys believe me? But you definitely would believe me if you heard the audio quality on last night's stream. And Ryan didn't tell me, like he didn't say, hey, like your audio sounds way different than it usually does. And nobody in the chat did either. So it's like everybody was trying to be nice and not call me out on sounding like absolute dog. So on my desk, because I play video games, I have a PS5 controller. And for some reason, the people who made the PS5, Sony, thought that it was a good idea because everything has to have a microphone in it nowadays so the government can hear when you're about to do something stupid. The PS5 controller has a microphone in it, and last night's stream was all done with a PS5 controller. So, little side note there for you. My philosophy on winning trades. Me personally, like, I don't open a long and then continuously add to that long. It's just the way I do things. But for example, all right, when we had the bull market start, all right, I had a simple methodology of let the market make a resistance, and then once we have a breakout of that resistance, I take a long. All right, the account started with $100, and by the time it was finished, it was about 100,000. All right, so in a way, I was adding to my winning position. All right, because this was the long. I was long the entire market, but I was doing it in bits and pieces. And every single time that I took profit, I pretty much re-entered long. And then I would increase my margin size, but also be decreasing my risk, making more money along the way. So in a way, I was adding to a winning position, but just doing it a little bit differently through compounding the account. So, like I said, I don't do it in the same way that you might be thinking of, but that's how I did it in the past. I need to get some food before it's too late. Not even that, Matthew. I was taking profit at tops, and then I was adding back in at tops. It's legitimately as Trader Tom put it. I like to buy high and buy even higher, and that goes against what everybody thinks you should do, which is why it works so well. Everybody and their mother was waiting for a pullback to put their money in, and we never got a pullback. You know, towards the top, we did a couple of times, like 3 times, but, you know, on that first initial run, no. Might have been these short-term pullbacks, and that's why I used it as, you know, the possibility to take profit, but nah, I let that shit ride. I let it go as far as it could, and then once we started seeing some actual pullbacks, that's when I started to slow things down and take it more methodically, and that's when I pretty much ended the portfolio. I mean, we did all that in like one stretch of price action. Yeah, like I said many times, it was pure luck. It was not, I don't think it's always going to be that easy, but it was a very particular point in the market where we had such strong upwards momentum. I'm streaming. What's up? Okay. Goodbye, I guess. Huh. I'm sad now. My sister just goes, I'll stay in. We'll be back Sunday. And it's Friday. That means I'm all alone until for like 2 days. What do I do? I'm going to eat a whole 1/8 of mushrooms. Walk around the house naked. That's a joke. Maybe half a joke. So... was regular Mr. Bigelow already taken, or was adding a number a creative choice? It was a creative choice. I was like 9 years old, dude. I don't know what you're telling. And Mr. Bigelow, I got that name from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I think that's what his name was. Let me look it up. Okay, so like it's a mixture of 2 different people from San Andreas. It's OG Loke, and then you had Big Smoke. So I took Big from Big Smoke and Loke from OG Loke and put them together. I don't know how I came up with that. What the hell? Has anybody seen the new Medea Homecoming? That shit is so funny. I love like how funny Tyler Perry's movies can be, even though like you can tell like the budget's not necessarily that high. And like that's just a testament to like it's all about the person, not necessarily how much money you throw at something. Now Marvel movies, not all Marvel movies, but like Marvel movies have pretty much perfected like they're throwing crap tons of money at it to like make sure that it's an awesome movie to watch, but the writing is fantastic as well. So I mean, they got the formula, dude. And I mean it shows. Like Spider-Man No Way Home, I think is like the top grossing film of like almost all time. Well, it's gonna be eventually. I know like the opening weekend was the biggest of all time or something like that. Dude, that's such a weird thing to say. So we are here, bro. You won't be alone. As I don't know if I need you here. Kite, I'm just catching up on the video. Was setting up Flux. No, mining Flux is not hard at all. It's mostly he was talking about getting a node set up. So getting a node set up, you either have to have, I forgot what they called it bare metal hardware, or what's weird is like the whole point of having a node is to decentralize web services. But technically you can buy the rights to create a node and then you can use an AWS server as that node. Isn't that weird? But obviously, like, the most profitable thing would be to be bare metal because, hopefully I'm using that term correctly. I don't know much about, like, nodes. But that way, like, you don't have to pay Amazon to host your node. You host your own node, but you just have to pay for the initial hardware. Flux node. And it's actually cheaper to buy a node now. Like after the stream last night, Ryan was explaining to me what Flux is and how it works. And like I'm not like completely sold on it, but the idea itself is pretty cool. And I think that's worth exploring. So I figured, hey, you know, instead of like throwing a bunch of money at it, just let my GPU do the work. You know, maybe in the future I'll set up a node, but as of right now, I don't know if what I saw was correct about the profitability of a node. But it wasn't much more profitable than, say, you know, just having like a decent GPU mining. Because let me Flux node profitability. There was a website that was going to show me. I don't know. There's a website like showing like you might be able to make like 1 to maybe 2 flux a day on like a 1,000 flux cumulus. And as far as I know, that 1,000 flux is locked up for, and I don't know if that goes for, I'm assuming it goes for pretty much every single one. Basically, they lock this Flux just as like kind of like a security thing, I guess, as a down payment that you're going to be, your node's going to be online majority of the time. And then you get that 1,000 Flux back. So technically, you're not really losing 1,000 Flux. It's not like you need to ROI on it. But I don't know, like, I guess it would be technically cheaper than getting like for me, like I'm making, 1 to 2 Flux a day, but my system cost, 3-4 grand. Where this type of system right here might only cost you maybe like a grand, if that. Maybe a little bit more. And then, another grand to $1.50, depending on what the price is at the time of Flux. But you're not really losing that $1.50, unless price went to zero. So, it technically would be cheaper and easier to ROI on a node, but it just depends on what situation you're in. If you already have a system that would make just as much as a node, and you don't have to put up that 1,000 Flux initially, it might just make more sense to mine, because it's a 50-50 split. Miners get 50%, and then the nodes get 50%. But that 50% split is done a little bit differently. So, obviously the cheaper node to set up gets less reward size. So I mean, if you really want to do a node, I would suggest doing it right. But that takes a lot of money. So, the system itself looks like it's going to cost about 4 to 5 grand. That looks like a nice little AMD CPU. So probably about $300 there. And then that's probably about $400 to $500 worth of RAM. NVMe SSD, definitely about $300. And then I don't know what the graphics card requirements are, if there is any. And then not a lot of people are going to be able to fulfill that right there. 100 megabits of bandwidth. And they have an error right here. Over here it says megabytes, and this says megabits. They need to fix that, because there's not a single goddamn person on this planet that can fulfill 50 megabytes a second from like a house. All right. When you go on like speedtest.net and you see like 24 MB, that's not megabytes, that's megabits. Like, I have an upload of like, so like a good example of this is Steam. So Steam is, when you download a video game, it's calculated in megabytes. So I can download at 100 megabytes a second. All right. My download speed though is 1,000 megabits per second. All right. So it's like a 10-to-1 ratio. So if you have like Verizon Fios, you should have 1,000 megabits a second up and down. But I know like Comcast, they kind of jip you. Like, they'll give you like a gigabit download, but they'll put like 10 to 20 megabits upload, which, typically for most people that's fine. But if you're trying to run a server, no. You need overhead too, just in case things are volatile on your network. But little detour, just to talk about it. I don't know much about it. Like I said, for stuff like that, I do still recommend Ryan. But I just figured, it'd be something cool to kind of have in the background. Is it $350 to build a Cumulus? Oh, you're talking about the hardware requirements. Oh, okay. Even cheaper than I thought. So you would be able to ROI on that pretty damn easily. I mean, technically, if prices stayed the same, yeah, you'd be able to do it in probably a year, maybe even sooner. I mean, yeah, might be something to look into. Yeah, because if it's only $350, I might actually set one of those up. That might be a good little idea. I'll look into it, and that way I can teach Ryan, because Ryan was trying to figure out how to set one up, and you know, I don't mean to speak too soon, but I feel like it's a lot easier than he's making it out to be. It might just be like a generational thing. Even though Ryan's only like what, 10 years older than me, something like that. I mean, it's not that too much. You can get a little, you can get a little baby. You can get a little baby node. 5 Flux. Your little baby node. This one's actually pretty cool. 250 Flux, but the actual hard requirements are absolutely... Actually, they're pretty much the same as this one right here. They are the same. I mean, that's a good option if you got like a high-end server. So what Raspberry Pi can fulfill those requirements? Isn't it like a Raspberry Pi 4 or something like that? No, that one looks cheap. Oh, maybe it is. Let me check. I have no clue. Like I'm very interested in this stuff, but I never really got heavily into it. I did a lot of mining back in 2016, 2017, but never really went too far. ARM V8. I saw that today. I saw whatever the hell this is. Ape USDT. Went on to Bybit. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot stick, man. I'm sorry. Ryan told me today, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that's the truth or whatnot, or what's going on with that. But he said like everybody that bought an Ape NFT got like $200,000 worth of Ape token. So you better bet, like, now that they got another outlet for something, there's going to be so much sell pressure, I think. This doesn't make sense for them not to be. It's like when, you know, no coin gets listed on Coinbase. That's a shit coin. And it has been for a long time. They got new volume coming in, so they can just sell off to a bunch of people. He says the ABC short valid on Bitcoin. Oh yeah, technically, I mean, it's there. I see it and I question it myself. But like I said, I'm in the ballpark of I want to play the larger structures. I want to play this AB structure. I want to play this AB structure. I really think with the market being in the state that it is, there is going to be so much chop before this next major breakout, whether it be to the downside or the upside. I don't want to start playing on the smaller time frames just because there's a slight setup. Just my personal opinion. I've never experienced the end of the stream before. I laugh for minutes. You talking about where I stare at you guys? I try to go like, I feel like well, I mean, not necessarily because what's the word for it? Like parasocial relationships, where like you get to know someone online so well because like if I stream every single day for a year, like you guys get to know me pretty well because I mean I talk about pretty much everything. I don't just talk about crypto. So you kind of like have this parasocial relationship with me where you know me really well, but I don't know you. So at the end of the live streams, I like to kind of give you the feeling that I see you, I know you, because in a way I do. I don't remember it, but I do. In my off time as well, I sent it in chat. I'm on like the first chapter of Shobogenzo. And I'm not gonna comment on it yet. I mean, I'm just reading it, seeing what's up. I mean, I've listened to Alan Watts since I was a little itty bitty guy. I've been listening to Alan Watts since I was like 12, like religiously, like on the bus and taking tests. I've been listening to Alan Watts so much. Like at this point, like I probably know everything about Shobogenzo because that's pretty much what he teaches off of, or like where a lot of his philosophy comes from. So it kind of helped me a lot picking up the book to have like a starting point. But I'm sure the book itself has a lot more than Alan Watts could ever teach. What was the coin? It was Jasmine. Jasmine last night had some of the craziest frickin' funding rate that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, so far, it's actually gone back down, which is insane to me. It's probably because so many people got stopped out of their shorts. They're like, I don't want to take another short. So, dude, it was up to like 1%. No, actually, Ryan sent me a text this morning. I think it was even more than 1%. It was a negative 1.16%. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know why he yawns like that. Nobody call me out on that. It was a stretch, yawn, scream all at the same time. I don't know why I keep refreshing this because I don't even have my miner going right now. But I just like to watch the number go up. And I don't understand like why they have effort and luck as two separate categories because they're correlated. If the effort is low, the luck is high. So you could have one or the other. If the luck is high, then you know the effort was low. It's kind of a waste of space if you ask me. Wait. Toggle effort luck? Well, that gets rid of both of them. What's the point? What's the point? Stupidity. Yeah. I'm not going to touch ApeCoin. Anything could happen with that. Man, now you guys got my brain running about. I mean, if it really is that cheap, I might as well. The cool thing to me is the bonus rewards, which I still don't quite know how that works. So for like for Flux pulls, I just have my Flux wallet set up to the miner. So how does it pay out the parallel assets? Because I have that hooked up to my Zelcore, it just automatically knows? I'm not quite sure. I guess I'll find out when it tries to do it for the first time. So, I don't know. You got stopped 6 times trying to short ETH? Are you talking about like just right here? Or are you talking about like you were playing on the smaller time frames trying to go up this? You know, like you try to short this one and then maybe this one. Because right here, I just don't see how you got stopped at that many times unless you're playing like super, you know, thin. Me, I was using like a 1% stop loss. So I got stopped out twice. I got stopped out here, and then I got re-entered here, and I got stopped out there. Alright, what's your exit level for this BTC trade? As close as possible to 52K. Once the market shows me that it wants to probably top out. Where's my... That way, hopefully I don't have so many plosives into the microphone. Okay, do you always also trade in your own portfolio or just the public one you share with us? I trade in both. Now, my main portfolio mostly is spot. I do open up leverage trades ever so often, but they're super macro and they're super low leverage. Because at this point, it's the mentality of like, I don't really have to do much in order to make a lot. So I don't have to play the 15-minute time frame and take every single short and every single long setup and make sure I'm hedging and do this and do that. At this point, I just wait for long ABC setups, go low leverage, make lots of money, call it a day. So it really doesn't take much effort on my part to do my main account. So that's why I spend so much time just on live streams. You know if it's required to hold Flux to run it on Raspberry Pi? I mean, the 1,000 that you have to do in order to like get a basic level node. Yeah, I believe it has to be held for 6 months. So I mean, either way, whether it's on a Raspberry Pi or not, I think it has to be held.
I'm curious, how did you get to Earth?
It's a matter of harnessing the energy of light. I know that sounds crazy to you. You beings are eons away from discovering light travel.
According to a man who lived on our planet named Einstein, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light.
What Einstein actually said was that nothing can accelerate to the speed of light because its mass would become infinite. Einstein said nothing about entities already traveling at the speed of light or faster, at tachyons.
Just doing a little bit of reading. Sorry for being silent. Probably gonna get going here pretty soon, guys. Like I said, I gotta get some food. It's just kind of a chill day. Still a little bit tired from last night, but you know, going live at 2 a.m. and everything like that. You know, it took a lot out of me. Just now, like, the only thing that I can see happening is because YouTube is weird sometimes. We started the stream at like, you know, 9:45, 10 o'clock, but we ended up streaming until about probably 1:30 in the morning. So maybe YouTube didn't send him a notification until 1:30. But I'm like, dude, how am I at fault? Like, actually, how am I at fault? If you have YouTube notifications turned on to the point where like it can wake you up out of your sleep, you probably have other subscriptions. I'm not the only person you subscribe to, and you're telling me that everybody that you subscribe to uploads at your preferred time?
Well, I've been here many times before.
Like I said, I'm not upset.
What brought me here first?
I'm just disappointed.
Your curiosity.
It's just, it's too hilarious not to. This is forever going to be a meme. Just like the we. What do you mean we?
Early stage of evolution. Future uncertain.
What are your thoughts on how to find a breakout entry when you're closing a wedge shape? Don't. That's my thoughts. Like, I'm sure that's not the answer you wanted. You're going to have to find someone else if you want an answer to breakout trading wedges. It's a fool's game, my dude. That's my personal opinion. Diagonal trend lines in trading are god awful. Now, like long, like super long term, I'm talking like multi-month trend lines. Yeah, those make sense. You know, they're somewhat consistent. But they're not something like you can accurately take a trade off of, like with leverage. Because leverage requires precision, like key points, like if this and that. Diagonal trend lines, there's a lot of room for interpretation of when and where to kind of do everything. So, wedges, no. If you're going to break out trade, the only way I think it's viable is using horizontals. But wedges, I would stay away from. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm too shy for another stare. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my shtick now. I can't not do it. You know, it has to be done. Who else will do it? Sweet chunk. He said, later, Kite. Remember, you're not alone. Friend God is there with you in your home, waiting. I hate the fact that you spaced out. Is there with you, period. In your home, period. Waiting, period. That was good. That was a good message. That was a good one. I don't know, man. Whenever someone says woo, I imagine, what's his name? Moist Critical. Woo, baby. Let's go. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's the only thing I can think of whenever someone says woo. Woo, baby. Okay, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? To be honest, like I'm not like a super Star Wars fan, so I really don't know a lot about the movies. I played all the video games pretty much. I know you're gonna hate me when I say this, but I rather watch The Mandalorian than watch a Star Wars movie, especially the newer Star Wars movies. I think you would agree with me on that. That the newer Star Wars movies are ass compared to like The Mandalorian and Book of Boba. but I get it. Like the older Star Wars movies are obviously like they got a lot more oomph to them. I don't know. Morning from Australia, Kite. These streams keep me sane. I appreciate that. I'm also sorry because I will be logging off here pretty soon. But good morning. How you doing? I remember like we were pretty excited. Me and my friend and his dad. We were on vacation when The Last Jedi came out, and we went to go see it, and like, you know, it's the whole thing like, go woke, go broke. Like nobody can just make a good movie anymore. It always has to be something. It has to stand for something. Just make a good movie. Just make the movie. It doesn't have to be a political message. It can just be a movie. Like that's what movies are. They're to distract from the fact that we're all going to die and the sun will blow up and that life is meaningless. I just want to spend 2 hours watching Batman hit people for Christ's sakes. So I'm actually going to go see Batman tomorrow. So hopefully I get a little bit of that. I saw Dune on HBO Max, but I haven't like watched it yet. I don't know anything about it. Like I guess I'm not old enough. I don't know when that came out. I know it was a book. How am I supposed to watch Mata and Kite at the same time? You just go cross-eyed, have 2 different screens. And then you have earbuds hooked up to 2 separate screens going into 2 separate ears, and you just watch it. Have you guys ever done like fake 3D? Let me try to bring up a picture for you guys. So like this is an old trick, but if you have like a double picture, this might be a good one to do it with. Wait, open. There we go. Like this isn't like the best resolution by any means, and hopefully you guys can see this without my face getting in the way. Yeah, so like if you have 2 images side by side and you cross your eyes until they like perfectly overlap. And like it takes a second. Like if you just cross your eyes and let your eyes do the focusing for you on that third picture that pops up in the middle, it's like perfect 3D. It's pretty awesome. But like before VR headsets came out, this was pretty much all you had to do in order to see a 3D picture. One more time for good luck. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit if anybody's trying to do it. Which, obviously, you don't want to watch a full 3D movie doing this because your eyes would get stuck. But you know. I'll move myself over to the side a little bit. There you go. And what's weird too is like once you got it focused, you can like look around the picture with your eyes still cross-eyed, and it's so weird, dude. All right, guys. I'm going to skedaddle skadoodle now. I'll see you guys on Monday, hopefully. You know, hopefully the market has something to talk about, worth talking about. Don't be megalomaniac, narcissistic humans that are angry at other people for things that you are in control of. Hopefully that doesn't need a reminder. Hopefully that's just something you do naturally. I know it's hard for some people. And just have a good weekend. Do something fun. Whether it's, you know, something that, you know, you do for yourself, or you just go do something, you know? Oh no, already 2 a.m. Okay. When is the merch coming? I don't know. Let's take a vote right now. Can I make a poll? I don't know how to make polls. Create a poll. All right. Please say no. I don't know if that poll went out. Okay, it did. Isaiah was trying to convince me that I should make Kite merch, but I was trying to convince him that it makes absolutely no sense for my type of channel. Not even in the slightest. What does make sense, all right, if anybody out there has one of these, I want to let you know that you are a gangster, you are an artisan, a gentleman, and an absolute behemoth of a human being. So like people that have sports cars, but they have like those little tiny like spoilers that like attach to your car with like 3M tape. I think those are pretty tough. Those are pretty cool. It's like a little toy spoiler that you put on the back of your car, and it gives it an extra like 2 horsepower. Or so they say. So they claim. You know, there's no way to prove or disprove it. You can neither confirm nor deny. I'm going to need a couple more people to say no. Think logically, guys. All right, you know, like gaming channels and stuff like that. I guess merch makes sense. There's just no merch that I could sell that makes sense. Like Linus Tech Tips is a tech channel, so yeah, he sells like mouse pads and shit like that. Just doesn't make sense for me. What am I supposed to sell? Like crypto hand warmers so that when your trading gets cold, you can keep warm? What? Magical trading bars? Just sell mushrooms so that you can trade magically? I don't know. Even though the poll says yes, my heart still says no, so. But my body is telling me. I gotta leave now. Sell vitamins. I should sell snake oil. Like actual snake oil. And that'd be pretty cool. Just, I got the cats are bringing me snakes. So if I can actually just make snake oil, I might just be rich. All right. I don't know how to like end this stream appropriately now, like with the stuff that we've kind of ended off on. But yeah, like I said, have a good weekend. Do something fun. I'll see you guys on Monday. And let's pick some songs before we hop off for today. Oh. That was my whale call. Okay, I'll play this guy. I found this guy the other night. He's actually really good. I'm gonna play Maybe by Anis? Anes? I don't know how to pronounce his name. But that's him. I'm gonna add that song to the songs I played on stream playlist. And I'm going to play Winning by Nefex. So, yeah. Let's do the thing. Intermission. Hold on. Bye.
Maybe I got, listen, maybe I got, look, maybe I got 5 dreams every 4 days. Wide screens, but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 days, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside of that chamber. I'm aiming right for that, but I got 5 dreams every 4 days. Wide screens, but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 days, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside of that chamber. I'm aiming right for that, but maybe I'm everything I hate about rappers. More of the same lame chase fame type. I just might be that. God forbid it, but I limit it. I just might be that. Hope this an unlikely fact, but who's to say that down the road they won't say that I became the greatest rapper, changed the game, paved the lane. Unashamed, I'm just saying, I'm willing, I'm feeling I could be that. I got a spiritual feeling that maybe I could be that, and if so, I want it bad. I never relax. I put my heart out on this path for every track, more than I ever get back. And I could probably cut my effort in half and spit rap with a slack and still be pinning the tag on the map. I got 5 dreams every 4 days. Wide screens, but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 days, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside of that chamber. I'm aiming right for that emperor. I got 5 dreams every 4 days. Wide screens, but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 days, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside of the chamber. I'm aiming right for that emperor, but I never needed fame. That's a chain and a curse, and I never came for acclaim. Just a frame for the verse. Give me a minute to drain every vein of his pain till my story pouring down like rain on the window pane that it hurts. I stay critical of my game. I ain't ashamed to rehearse. I built this scope for the rain so I can aim on the perch. And I got my aim on the purse. I'm asking God 2 questions. Show me where the snakes be and who claiming me first. Now listen, I'm not the rapper known to listen and steal. See, I'm the rapper that goes missing the meal. Writing for hours and days till I'm proud of to say the power conveyed to something crazy, surreal. I guess the way that it feels is that I got a million things stemming up in my mind. Once I'm turning them into ink, it's out to spread like a vine. With no regard for anything but just a better written rhyme. I swear it's nothing that my mind, if given the time, can intertwine. I got 5 dreams dreams every 4 days. Wide screens, but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 ideas, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside that I chamber. I'm aiming right for the dipper. I got 5 dreams every 4 days. Wide screens, but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 ideas, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside that I chamber. I'm aiming right for the dipper. Maybe I'm just an evergreen. Shade intended to offend the figureheads inside the mezzanine. Look paid to something I ain't never been in. Money stacks, rubber band cash I ain't never seen. But my pedigree read JD, so certainly it make it seem I did my school and paper, make it seem I made it. But lately I'm just a fool who's still hungry as a dog. I'm dribbling down with a dueling, and I can feel it pulling. Strictly for my amusement, swim along to the song, carry on, be amused, be upon while the game move on. I barely move, but a lesson me might end up in them shoes. But you know I found my way on my blues, because I study for my finals, finally a fluent student. I intuit every move and I needed to be affluent. I'm prudently edging bets while they snoozing in through the pinch and the penny they gave us rep. But I've been practicing avidly with 5 dreams every 4 days. Wide screens but no 4K. My shot clock been ticking down. 4 ideas, 3 moments left to consider. One life inside that I chamber. I'm aiming right for the dip, but maybe I got, maybe I got, yeah, maybe I got.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
I lost count of the times where I was counted out. People tell me I'm losing, but what is that about? Stepped on, tore me apart, I found a way around. But if they catch me creeping, it's over, so I can make a sound. Trust me, I've been held back since my genesis. Sorry if I sin, but that's a symptom of irrelevance. I need attention, it's something I never mentioned. I'm finding pent-up aggression inside of these mental weapons.
I've been feeling up, down, put out, lost count of every sin. Just trying to find a new way, true say, real change. It's not too late, fight away the darkness. New dawn, new day will break. I'm just holding on to happiness from all the pain, from something beautiful. Something beautiful. Something beautiful. I'm just holding on to happiness from all the pain.
Even if I leave a light on, I'll still be stuck in the dark, broken apart with this last bit of hope held close to my heart. It's getting hard finding new ways to cope when all my scars get cut right back open. Scoped in, trying to look past the pain, see the beauty in the struggle while I go down in flames, praying somebody saves me right now, now, now.
Cause I've been feeling up, down, put out, lost count of every sin, just trying to find a new way to say real change. It's not too late, fight away the darkness, new dawn, new day will break. I'm just holding on to happiness from all the pain, from something beautiful. Something beautiful. Something beautiful. I'm just holding on to happiness from all the pain.
Drowning so much, I'm affected by the ripple. Feeling so low that I can't even see the middle. Dark days, lost ways, made me feel little. Trying to find the words like we be playing with the riddle. I know now why I've been trying to hold myself. Looking in the mirror, I don't know myself. Emotions on loan like I owe myself. Head out the window and I'm screaming for help.
We find the light on darker days. We seize the joy through all the pain we feel. The love won't hesitate. Take every chance that comes our way. The little things we appreciate. We fight for truth, the heavy weight, and every win we celebrate. We celebrate something beautiful. Something beautiful. Something beautiful. I'm just holding on to happiness from all the pain.
Like a scene from your favorite movie, laying grass and talk about our lives. So nothing's in the moonlight, like you would take the next flight. Move to the west side, the lights looking me right by your side. You're the one with the stories in a song. With no warning, you are blowing smoke inside my eye, and it feels like a window bursting out. Oh, the truth makes it hard to breathe.
go to Paris for the summer. America's better. Apparently there's gold in the street. I don't care who's over there. If I see you when you're staring, your team will catch a fist through the teeth. Yeah, it's all wrong. You're telling me it's all wrong to play ball in somebody else's yard. I found God outside of a gun range. She looked me in the eye and she asked me for change. And if I had $1 for every time I didn't care, I could finally die a millionaire. Wanna play but I don't wanna fight fair. American dream but it's kind of a nightmare. The American dream is a foreign car you could only afford with a credit card. The American teen is a superstar that you see on screen on the boulevard. Shit, maybe I'm sick. Pass me the bottle, I'm pleading the fifth. Calling my exes, she know I exist. When we argue for hours and call me a dick. Click, I'll have a quarter life crisis with oil on ice, but that shit doesn't mix. Fix all of my problems. I called at the doctor, they tell me that I need a script. It's all wrong. You're telling me it's all wrong to play ball in somebody else's yard. I found God outside of a gun range. She looked me in the eye and she asked me for change. And if I had $1 for every time I didn't care, I could finally die a millionaire. Wanna play but I don't wanna fight fair. American dream but it's kind of a nightmare. It's all wrong, maybe we're too far gone to press pause on all the redemption songs. I found God and she called me insane. She said the good die young, but for you it's too late. And if I had $1 for every time I didn't care, I could finally die a millionaire. Wanna play but I don't wanna fight fair. American dream but it's kind of a nightmare. Had $1 for every time I didn't care, I could finally die a millionaire. Wanna play but I don't wanna fight fair. American dream but it's kind of a nightmare.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the
This is a hero's journey. A journey of a hero. We gon' rise or we gon' fall. Fly or die.
I set my goals and I get active. Basic laws of attraction got me preaching what I practice. Got me focused, no distractions. Had to manage my reactions. Basic laws of attraction. Hella cautious, hella savage. Navigating through this madness, keep on flowing, can't be stagnant. High achiever, he not average. With due respect, it ain't no challenge. Cause I used to pick up beef before my salad, let that marinate. Before I knock your head off, I'd rather meditate. It's in those moments when my conscience seem to separate. Even though I'm rich, I still can flip and shit go section 8. Speaking on my people that I cherish, I go planet 8. I know that love is gonna prevail when they disperse the hate. I'm holding space, rolling up my sleeves, you know I keep an ace. We awake, everything I touch, you know it land. It's on my real estate. Shackled up so long, it's time to liberate. Man, unless the words through my actions, we gon' demonstrate. I've been saving more than I'm spending, watch it accumulate. Praying for my brothers who struggle behind them prison gates. 9/11 Porsche got me twerking on that interstate. I know I'm covered up by God's grace. Painting all these pictures so vividly how I illustrate. Bless, come peep my moves, watch me demonstrate. Yahweh. Speaking from my soul. I done cried so many days that I could feel a bowl. I was numb so many nights and then he lost control. control. So much trauma, you can't dress that in designer clothes. How I lose it, it's confusing, it's been proven, ain't it? Right. Sell your soul for that little gold and now your word tainted. I've been a victim of it, rising like the second coming. Feeling like I'm being punished, trying to reach abundance. All these lessons I confronted, you can barely stomach. Trust. Finally standing on my 10, cause all my life been running, no more fear. No. I shine my light like I belong here. Oh yeah, it's home here. Shackled up so long, it's time to liberate. Man, unless the words through my actions, we gon' demonstrate. I've been saving more than I'm spending, watch it accumulate. Praying for my brothers who struggle behind them prison gates. 911 Porsche got me twerking on that interstate. I know I'm covered up by God's grace. Painting all these pictures so vividly how I illustrate. Compete my moves, watch me demonstrate. Yahweh. Shackled up so long, it's time to liberate. Man, unless the words through my actions, we gon' demonstrate. I've been saving more than I'm spending, watch it accumulate. Praying for my brothers who struggle behind them prison gates. 911 Porsche got me twerking on that interstate. I know I'm covered up by God's grace. Painting all these pictures so vividly how I illustrate. Compete my moves, watch me demonstrate. Yahweh.
I can see you hide in the darkness. I can see you shine in the light. Nobody in here really knows you. They just wanna steal all your pride. Maybe we could stop with emotions. If there's something deeper to feel. If I promise you my devotion, I just wanna know that it's real. Under a sweet surrender, an everlasting high. Want you to stay forever. Just put your hand in mine. We're rich and broken, baby, just like we want to be. We'll let the world go crazy, long as you stay with me. And I